know who need to hear this, but you are missing out on blessings because it's not coming in the form that you thought it would come in. So many of us are saying, God ain't never did nothing for me. God ain't never provided for me. I got out and got it on my own. Da-da-da-da-da. You want to know why? Because God did send help. It just didn't look like what you wanted it to look like. When we go back to the parable, God sent the boat. And if you don't know it, go look it up. God sent that man. That man prayed for help, and God sent that man help. But guess what he did? Nah, that ain't God. I don't want it. It's okay. I'm going to wait. God said I was there. And I sent people to help you. And sometimes that's what get us too. God will send somebody to help you. And because it's not the person that we thought it would be, we don't want the help. You praying for a house, right? You praying for a house. God will send you a person to say, you know what, you can sleep on my couch. But because you don't want to sleep on somebody's couch and because you're not satisfied with that, you turn it down. And now here you are again praying and saying, God, where is my help? Then God sends somebody else. You need a car. God will send you to get on the bus. God will let you know exactly where the bus stop is, where the route is, how it go. And because you don't want to be caught seen on the bus, you say, God, no, that can't be it. You praying for a brand new wardrobe, but you don't want to step foot in a thrift store. You praying for furniture, but you don't want to go to a flea market. Then your neighbor just about to throw out some furniture. You really need some furniture. Your neighbor said, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing at all. Like, kept it up. You don't want that. Things are going to come in the form that you may not like it. I remember when me and my kids were hungry. Well, we didn't get to the point of being hungry. That's how good God is. But we were going down on our groceries, and I was about to go to some food pantries. The food pantries were shut down, and there was a specific one that I just knew should have been open that day because I hadn't been there before. That one was closed too. On my way back home, literally a couple of blocks from my house, I seen that they were giving away free lunch, and they were saying for the whole summer they had been giving away free breakfast and lunch, and it was a program they were trying to keep open, and they give people extras because they got so much and they just trying to keep it open, and they got to write down how much they give away, so they gave us extra. That time I could have said, I don't want no free lunch. I don't want that. I could have turned that down. But you don't get to pick and choose, y'all. And I promise you, beggars can't be choosers. When you begin to pray and ask God for something, it's going to come in the form that you least expected because you're looking for things outside of your ego and not in your spirit. You're seeing things with your physical eyes and not with your spiritual eye. You are looking for God in places that God is not in. You are not going to find God in certain places, but you're so used to and conditioned to seeing God show up a certain type of way. Whole time that was never God. You're looking at other people's blessings, but don't understand that that's the devil. God ain't blessed that person with that. God ain't give that person that. So you begin comparing your life and expecting things to come into your life a certain type of way, baby. When you start to walk this walk with God, you have to understand how God will show up for you. I was looking for houses. I was looking for so many houses, y'all, in apartments, and they were beautiful on the inside and beautiful on the outside. They were newly built. Do y'all know that God did not let me get those apartments? God said no. I didn't understand it. The house that God gave me is a house that has been up for a very long time, y'all. It is an older house with older cabinets. And I was just like, oh, I'm not used to this because I've, used to living in stuff that is up to date. But let me tell you something, y'all. I got a 3-bedroom, 2 full bath. And if I would have went for the apartments, I would have never had that. I got me a front yard and a backyard. If I went for the apartments, I would have never had that. I have me a carport. If I went for the apartments that I was trying to look for with my egotistical eyes because I wanted it to look a certain way, I would have missed out on what God got for me. Sometimes we try to see things out of the ego, and that's what messes us up. And I'm going to go back to the parable. A lot of people just say, God ain't never did nothing for me because you don't have eyes to see what God can do for you. When we speak on seeing things from God's perspective, I want y'all to understand that is a spiritual gift that not everybody got. When you able to see, you praying to God for money, right? And you find a penny, you find a quarter, you find a nickel. Now, I got a grandma who picks up change everywhere. I love to see it. My grandma always picks up change. So for me, spiritually, I didn't know what that meant. But because I saw my grandma do it, I'm going to do it. My grandma pick up a penny anywhere. And I start to pick up pennies. And then I realized that I will ask for something. I will ask for abundance. I will ask for money, and God will send me a penny. And God said, I'm going to see what you will do with this penny. You may never intend to spend it, but I want you to get used to seeing God show up in your life. That any blessing, big or small, is a blessing. You may need this penny one day. Somebody may need this penny one day, but I want to see that if I send you a penny, would you pick it up? If I send you a penny, would you pick it up? A lot of us go walk all over. I don't need no penny. What I need with a penny? But it's the fact that you accepted God's gift. A lot of times we get so egotistical and we get so selfish and ungrateful that God, I will only accept things from you if they come wrapped up in a big, nice, pretty package with a huge bow. That's the only way I'm going to accept something from you. And we miss out on so much. We got to understand that the package does not determine what's inside of the present. Some of us are missing out. You may have to sleep on somebody's couch for a little bit while God prepares your home for you. There's a lesson in that. There is a lesson in that. If I put you on somebody's couch, I remember I have lived with people on my spiritual journey, and I thank God, no matter how upset I got at these people, no matter how frustrated I was with these people, at some point I was just so happy. I sat back and said, dang, they didn't have to do it. They didn't have to do it. I was so angry with my sister, but at some point I said she did not have to give me her home. I was frustrated because I was sleeping on an air mattress in my sister's house. And I was like, I just need my own. I need my own place. And God had been telling me to be still, but I was about to go because I'm so conditioned that, no, my life shouldn't be looking like this. I was about to go and do a whole bunch of stuff, get a job and everything when God was telling me to sit down. Y'all, I then got transitioned to staying with somebody. And again, I said, God, this ain't it. I want my own. Why am I not in my own? But when I sat down and God said, be still, I looked at what was in front of me and it was a bed. The place that I went to next at somebody else's house, me and my kids had a room. We had a bed that we slept in. I went from sleeping on an air mattress at somebody's house to a bed at somebody's house. When you are working with God, there are levels to this. And if you think you're going to be able to skip levels, oh, you're crazy. Because anything rushed is lust and it comes from the devil. When you are working with God, you are building things brick by brick, lesson by lesson. You don't get to go from sleeping on the floor to living in this high-end luxury apartment. No, you're going to spend some time. You got people who got testimonies about sleeping in a car, going to homeless shelters. And that's another thing that we miss out on and take for granted. God has provided. I don't care what nobody say. There's public transportation. There are pantries. There are churches that do a lot for people, regardless if you go to church or not. These places are always accepting people, and they are accepting you with open arms. These places are literally there to help you. Sometimes we don't like their help. We don't want their help. A lot of these food pantries have departments where they have clothes for you and your kids. Well, if you don't have clothes, you're able to go get clothes. But again, because we're conditioned that things are not supposed to look like this, I shouldn't be in nobody else's clothes. I want new stuff. I want a new car. I don't want no old car. When I tell y'all I'm so grateful for my car is a 2012 Kia Forte. But before I had a 2012 Kia Forte, I had a 2023 Kia Forte, brand new, off the lot, no miles. And when I tell y'all that I'm so grateful for what I have now, and if you ask me if I want that again, I'm going to say I'm good. I'm going to ride this one out right now. Real good. We're going to ride it out till the wheels fall off. Do you hear me? Until God bless me with another one. I'm okay with this. A lot of y'all are saying God does not provide because y'all ain't never used your eyes. Y'all don't have the gift to see things from God's perspective. It is a gift to see a penny and to say, oh, I know money coming. But no, your hand got to be itching. You got to have a dream about it. Sometimes a penny is God saying, here I come. I'm about to provide for you. We have to get used to looking for God in unexpected ways, baby. You gonna have to, but it takes you shedding that ego. It takes you going through an ego death to really see what God is doing for you. Do not be the man that God sent the boat to, and you only understand it when you get to heaven. Don't be that person. God is going to send you a boat. And in whatever form it come in, whether you like it or not, God is saying accept it and see what I do for you next.